Hey guys, welcome back to 4Men Mastery. Today we are talking about something a lot of people are aware of, but very few actually fix. Financial chaos. Too much to do, not enough time, money leaving faster than it comes in, and the feeling that you are just running in place over and over again. The first thing to understand is this. Disorder in your life is almost always a symptom, not the root cause. People often think the problem is in how they plan their day, which app they use, or how they organize their schedule. But the real issue runs deeper. When financial pressure is constantly pushing down on you, bills that need to be paid right now, your brain automatically switches into survival mode. It stops thinking about what will happen in 6 months or a year, and starts dealing only with what is on fire today. That is called short-term thinking, and it literally blocks your ability to build anything long-term. You are not a bad planner. You are just constantly putting out fires, and there is simply no resource left for anything else. Before you change anything, ask yourself one honest question. What is the main problem right now? Not a symptom, the actual root. Most of the time it comes down to financial pressure. Income does not cover expenses, obligations have piled up, work takes too much time but pays too little. If that sounds familiar, that is where you need to start, not with a new task management system. And here is something important that most people overlook. The situation you are in today is the result of decisions you made months and years ago. That is not a criticism. That is a starting point. Because if certain actions created this situation, different actions can change it. Here is a simple but powerful idea that most people do not pay attention to until it is too late. Wealth is not defined by how much you earn. Wealth is defined by how much you keep and put to work. Picture someone who earns $5,000 a month and spends exactly $5,000. Now picture someone else who earns the same amount but lives on $3,500 and invests the other $1,500. A year from now, the second person will be in a completely different position, not because they earned more, but because they made a different decision. Sounds simple. But there is one trap that almost everyone falls into. When income goes up, expenses almost automatically go up with it. A better phone, a nicer place, a new car. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it quietly destroys any progress you make. If you earn more but spend just as much, you have not moved forward at all. There is no cushion for when things go wrong, no freedom for long-term decisions, no room for the kind of risk that could actually change your life. There is a popular idea in hustle culture. Let the bills burn. It motivates you to work harder. And there is some truth in that. Pressure can give you energy. But if the only thing that motivates you is having your back against the wall, you are literally training your brain to function only in crisis mode. So what happens when there is no crisis? That is right. There is no motivation either, long-term. That model does not hold. It leads to burnout, loss of direction, and the feeling that all your effort is going nowhere. At 4Men Mastery, we focus on systems that work in real life. Here is one of them. Step 1. Cut your expenses down to a comfortable minimum. Not to the point of living like a monk, just eliminate anything that does not create real value for you. Step 2. Start working on growing your income, but with one specific goal in mind. Not to live better right now, to reach the point where you can set aside 50% of what you earn. Step 3. When your income grows, do not raise your expenses right away. First, lock in the ratio. If you used to live on $3,500 and save $1,500, then when income hits $7,000, live on $4,000, save $3,000. Over time, as you keep growing, you can allow yourself a little more, but only while keeping the proportion in place. This model gives you something priceless, room to maneuver. You can afford a temporary dip in income if you want to change direction. You can take a risk and try something new. You are not dependent on everything going perfectly every single month. Most people have heard the advice to save 10% of every paycheck. It is a classic, straight out of The Richest Man in Babylon. But here is the problem. Most people try it, hold on for a month or two, and then spend it all the moment something unexpected comes up. Why does that happen? Because they are trying to save without actually changing their expenses. If your expenses equal your income, there is no buffer. Any unexpected cost immediately wipes out what you saved. The only approach that works. First, create a real gap between what comes in and what goes out. Once that gap exists, saving stops being a test of willpower and becomes simple math. If you feel like everything is falling apart right now, that is not because you are a bad planner or not trying hard enough. Most likely, you are just stuck in reactive mode because your financial situation leaves no space for anything else. The way out is one. Go back to basics, find the root cause, cut expenses, build a gap between what comes in and what goes out, and do it consistently, day after day, not for a quick win, but so that a year from now you are standing in a completely different place. Change does not happen in a day, but it does happen when you change not just your actions, but the mindset that was creating them in the first place. If this video was useful, hit the like button and subscribe to 4Men Mastery. There is a lot more content coming on how to build your life with real systems and keep moving forward. See you in the next one.